Hello, San Diego. This is Maggie Clemens with One World Realty, and I am here to go over the San Diego real estate market stats for April of 2019. So let's get started. As usual, I am looking at the monthly indicators report that is put out every single month by the San Diego Association of Realtors. I am going to be going through this very quickly, so if there are any questions or you'd like a copy of this yourself, just email me and I'm happy to send it out to you. So let's go over the summary real quick. Coupled with a low affordability, higher prices, and an inventory situation in its infancy of recovering from record lows, slower sales persisted across most of the real estate markets. However, and this is a big however, for well-priced homes in desirable locations, competition is fierce. So that right there sums up the whole market. You must price your home right compared to others in your area, and it will sell. If you overprice it, it's not going to sell. Let's finish this up. Closed sales have decreased. Pending sales has increased. Inventory decreased in detached and increased in attached. Medium sales is up. Days on market is up. Supply is increased. Now, our Achilles heel here in San Diego, even though unemployment is low, our salaries, our wages have not increased, and that's always going to be our tipping point. And we're seeing that here, that in order for sales to increase on a grand scale, buyers will need more spending power, or sellers will need to reduce their prices to land where buyers are most active. So if you're in those higher price ranges that the average wage in San Diego isn't going to be able to afford, it's more than likely going to sit for a little bit longer. So we're going to look at each individual one, detached market overviews, and I'm just going to go over this real quick. So this column here is for the month of April 2018, where this column is for the month of April 2019, and these columns are year to date. So from January to April of 2018, and then January and April to April of 2019. So this is on new listings, and for month, it says we're down, but year to date, you can see that our listings are up from January to April of 2018. And we can see it here on these graphs. The graphs, I feel, are much more important than the actual numbers because, you know, real estate is cyclical, and we go by the trends. And right now we can see it really dropped in December, but then we see the trend here on new listings going into the spring and summer selling season. We're seeing new listings come up. Pending sales is up year to date 2.5, and we can see from December, I mean, that's just gone steadily up here. And closed sales, this is one of the numbers that the media is going to hype on, is that closed sales are down 5.2%. But I promise you next month, this number is going to be up a little higher because where pending goes, it has to go into pending first, and then they close, and we see this up. So it's generally about a month behind on that. So don't get fixated on that 5.2 decrease in closed sales. Median sales price, we see it is continuing to go up. It's not a great amount, 1.3, but still seeing appreciation go up. And the average sales price is up, about 0.5%. Now, the dollar volume of closed sales, that is down 4.8%. And this is because the closed sales are down. So we're going to see those numbers kind of going back and forth here as the closed sales goes up. Percentage of original price received. So this is from the price that it was listed at to the actual price that it sold at has decreased. So we're only getting right about 97% of what the original list price is. So this is that tipping point that we need to discuss. This is when I'm talking to sellers, I'm talking to them about making sure that we price their home right. That makes no sense to price it, 5-10% over what most homes are selling for just to see it sit there. So we're in an adjustable market, and you do have to be flexible on that. Days on market has gone up, although it's not gone up significantly. The number, it says plus 23%. It's gone from 30 days last year to 37 days last year. And what that means is that, they're sitting on the market just a little bit longer. But even so, 37 days is not a lot of time to be sitting on the market. Housing affordability as it pertains to detached markets has gone up a little bit, and that's good. But it's not gone, oh my goodness. It has not gone up a whole lot. So we're kind of steady on detached homes there. Inventory of homes for sale is minus 0.8. So in the detached markets, it has gone down just a very little bit. And that's only from the month of April 2018 to the month of April 2019. So for that specific month, it's down a little bit. Months of inventory we see are flattening out a little bit. It went from 2.3 to 2.4. But still, that number there is, if not another home comes on the market, we would totally be sold out of inventory in 2.4 months. And typically a normal market, if we ever see that again, is 6 months that a home sits on the market. So we're still well below what normal used to be. And in the attached markets, we're seeing similar, but we're going to see some changes. New listings is up 1.8%. Pending sales is down 3.7%. So, we are seeing a slowdown in the attached market. We can see for this year to date, it's just going crazy and going up, just as it did last year before it started to stall. So we'll see when that happens in detached. Closed sales follows pending sales. So even though it's showing down, we'll see this number come up next month. Median sales price is pretty steady. It only went up 0.2%, where the average sales price went up 0.1%. So we might be there on attached homes. We'll see next month. Again, real estate we're always looking at the trends. We cannot decide, we cannot predict the market based on 1 month. Dollar volume of closed sales is understandably down since our closed sales are down. Percentage of original price received, it's still higher than what it is on a detached, but it is down a little bit year to date. Days on market went from 25 to 34. So not only do we have a little bit more inventory, but we are, they are sitting on the market a little bit longer. Affordability in a condo or townhouse is just going to be more affordable in San Diego County than a detached market or a detached home. Inventory for homes for sale has gone up 15.5 from April to April, not year to date. And then month supply of inventory has crept up to 2.2. But as I just explained, 2.2 is a really low amount of inventory to still have. So it's, even though the numbers, the percentages look bad, the actual numbers are not that bad. So really quickly, I just want to kind of explain what's happening here. Why are detached selling faster than attached? And the reason is we can take it all to mortgage rates. With the lower mortgage rates, and we've seen some of them dip into the threes. I had a client that just locked in their rate at 3.875. So depending on the day, we are still seeing mortgage rates into the 3%. And people are just like, they know they're going to go up. So 2019, they're just they're borrowing as much money as they can to put a down payment and going for the detached homes right now rather than the attached homes. As we see more first-time buyers come into the market, that's when we're going to see a movement or a bigger movement in the attached markets. So this kind of goes over the whole thing, and I like it because it shows from 2017, 18, and 19. So we see a trend over 3 years, and we can see in detached, the new listings is relatively the same, and in attached, it's almost the same as last year, but up quite a bit from 2017. Love looking at these graphs because this always tells us, what's happening, and we can see since 2012, every December, the market kind of stalled, and then we saw it go up. What's different about this year, though, is that we see this huge spike, and then it was like, oh no, what are we going to do? So we saw it go down, and then now it's going up again in the detached, and pretty much the same as in the attached, but it's lagging behind the detached. Pending sales over the last 3 years is up a little bit. on detached and, pretty close to the same on attached homes. And on this chart, here's the significance that we see. We see it's still following that same pattern, but here's what we're seeing here. Way up on detached homes, and it's gone up significantly on attached, but not as much as it is on detached. Closed sales, I'm not going to go over that. We already know that that's going to be going up as the pendants go into close. Median sales price, and this is where we need to start looking because we're real close to that tipping point. Over the last 3 years, it's gone up in detached, and in attached, we actually see that it's come down a little bit from month to month, but it is still continuing to go up just a little bit in the year-to-date figures, and we see that play out in the graph where it's going up more in detached homes and starting to steady out a little bit, or starting to stabilize in the attached homes. Average sales price year to date, we can see that that's gone up, starting to slow up. We're not seeing as high of an increase, but we are still seeing an increase in both the attached and detached. But you can see here, it's like, what is that? $1,300 difference in the detached or in the attached. Dollar volume is, it's off a little bit, but it's not off a whole lot. And that could be because we're still just trying to figure out where to price things. Percentage of original list price, it's gone from 9.8 down a little bit to 9.75. Not a lot month to month. And it's a little bit, it's like about 0.5% and a 1 point in the attached. So we're seeing that this is where real estate agents and home sellers have to be cognizant of where they're pricing the homes. Because if you overprice it, you're going to see those price reductions. And we see that graph kind of going up a little bit. This is interesting because it is, it's kind of the reverse on the attached and the detached markets here. Days on market until sale. So this is, we see this kind of going up and down here. End of 2017, 2018. It's just we're treading water. We're trying to find out what our new normal is. And here we're seeing days on market in year to date from detached. It was at 35, went down to 30. Now we're up to 37. So it looks like a big drop, but over 3 years, it's not that big of a difference. And then where we do see the difference is in the attached markets. And as I explained, people are opting to save for a little bit more money, borrow a little bit more money from their family for a bigger down payment, and opting to get into a house while the mortgage rates are still so low. Affordability index, it's gone down a little bit in detached, and it has gone down a little bit in attached, but it's still way more affordable to buy or to start with a condo or a townhouse. And then inventory of homes for sale. So this is for April. They don't have the year-to-date sales here. So April of 2017, April of 2018, and then April of 2019. We can see we're pretty consistent across the board on detached, and it has climbed up a little bit in attached. And another reason for this climbing up in attached is these people selling to move into the detached. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Month supply of inventory has gone up across the board in both detached and attached. Again, those numbers are still very, very low for the size of the population here in San Diego County, but it is starting to creep up. And here's a total market overview. New listings for combined is up 1.8%. Pending sales is 0.4%. Closed sales is minus 8.3%. But look at this trend here. We're going to see that come up a little bit next month. It may still be in the minus stage, but we're still on an upward trajectory. Median sales is about median sales price plus 3.4, and the average sale price is up 1.4. Percentage, or the dollar volume of closed sales is down combined, and percentage of original price increase is minus 1.3. 1% there. Days on market is up to about 36 average. Affordability index is 60, and as we've shown, it's less than that for detached and more than that for attached. Homes for sale is 6314, which is still a phenomenally low number for the size of the population in San Diego County. In a normal market, back when homes would sit on the market for about 6 months, our average number of homes on the market was 16,000. 16,000 was so far below that. We're still dealing with the recovery of inventory for homes for sale. Month supply has gone up a little bit, but we've already gone over that, how 2.3 is still a relatively low number for the month supply of inventory. So that's it. That is your real estate market stats for April of 2019. If there's any questions, anything I can answer for you, or if you would like a copy of this report, please just shoot me off an email. And until then, I hope you have a great day.